We have breaking news. Let's get right to it.
Past 24 hours, we've seen 34 new cases of COVID-19 here in Utah.
Following breaking news out of Utah, a magnitude 5.7 earthquake hitting just after 7 a.m. local time, about 10 miles west of Salt Lake City.
You need 100 to 150,000 tests a day.
Welcome back for another Iso20 podcast. I believe this is episode 25. This is a podcast to get you through your quarantine, hopefully get you through your isolation if you're isolated right now due to COVID-19. COVID's crazy right now. Like, folks is really out here dying from this thing, and it's sad because I'm not going to say all we have to do is wear a mask and social distance and all that stuff, because to be honest with you, not even the experts know what's going on with this whole thing. I know what I do, and I will continue to do, such as washing my hands, social distance, wear a mask, right? But, you know, even being asymptomatic, we can still give this thing out to other people, and it's pretty crazy, man. I seen that Intermountain healthcare worker passed away from COVID-19. I don't know if there was underlying issues like they're saying happens often from other people, but yeah, an individual passed away. So thoughts and prayers go out to that person and their family. I have their name here, but I don't want to kind of call them out. That ain't my goal. I don't want to call people out for being sick and things like that. So, but yeah, I hope everybody's having the day they deserve. Here at the Broadway Media Studios again, U92 Studios. Be sure to catch me on U92 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday if you're in Utah, 92.5. And if you are out of Utah, like I know a lot of my family out in Tennessee, in Oregon, in Washington, California, if you want to tune in, you definitely can. All you got to do is download the U92 app. It's a great app. I actually use it when I'm listening to Drerawka and Camilla in the morning, and I also use it to listen to Bangarang as well, who's in midday. But yeah, all the support is much greatly appreciated, especially from everybody in the pod community. Thank you all for calling in and showing love in that way. Just thank you. Thank you so much. And yeah, this is the day before Aniyah comes. Aniyah will be here tomorrow morning. We going for a scheduled C-section tomorrow morning at, I think Tressa told me it was at 5 in the morning, 5:30. So it's gonna be an early morning tomorrow. We're gonna be taking the boys over to my dad's and my stepmom's house tonight, so they'll stay the night tonight. That way we don't have to do all that craziness in the morning. So that's gonna be it's gonna be weird not to be around Amari and Tavian, because I mean we have our boys every single night. There's not a night that we don't have our boys. They don't do the sleepover thing. Well, Tavian does sometimes, but it's been months since he's had a sleepover. Typically his sleepovers are with my dad and stepmom. But yeah, we're almost there. We are almost there. It's less than 24 hours away now. Actually, I think it's about 12 hours now from the time that I'm recording this right now. I think about in 12 hours I'll have my daughter in my hands. And I just really hope that everything goes right and goes well. And I hope and I know that she'll be healthy. And the thought, and Tressa, she really wants to get out of the hospital as soon as possible. So she said she's going to try to start walking right out of surgery. She said that she's going to, once she gets the feeling back in her legs, she's going to start walking. And while I appreciate her willingness to do that, I'm also letting her know that, hey, you need to, one, listen to your doctors. And if your doctor's telling you no, like you need to chill, then you got to chill. But I also understand that she doesn't want to be in the hospital. She just wants to get home to where she can be really comfortable and start the healing process and that real baby bonding time and get to know our daughter. Thank you so much, KJ and the homegirl M, they gave us some clothes, and I met with KJ earlier today, and he dropped those clothes off to me, and we had a chance to talk MMA talk for a while. And he's actually helping an MMA fighter by the name of, I believe it's Bobby Lee. I forget the gym, the dojo or gym. Sorry, martial artists out there. I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't know if it's a dojo, a gym, or what you call it. But he's been helping a fighter over there train for an upcoming fight this weekend. Oh no, next weekend at the Maverick Center. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, so thank you again for those clothes. That's awesome. And thank you to everyone and anyone that has either gave us a gift card, who bought off the registry, who dropped off some clothes to us, dropped off other items. Thank you so much. My 9 to 5, for those of you that gave me that amazing gift that you guys gave me, thank you, because I know some of you listen to or watch this podcast. Shout out to the YouTube gang. Y'all are getting the crystal clear Sony clarity of my ugly mug here in the studio. And Bangarang, if you watch this, I'm using your ring light right now, so thank you. Man, what else? Before, because I wasn't going to drop this episode, but I was like, man, I want to do a pre-Aniyah podcast, because I may or may not be taking an audio recorder into the operating room. I may or may not. And when I say that because I don't want to get in trouble. Because I think technically you can't film a surgery, or you can't, I think legally you can't film a surgery, but I don't know about the audio portion of it. And I would rather ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission, which might be the wrong way to look at it. So the following podcast might be me having a long conversation about a bill or a lawsuit that I have on my hands. But hey, I think that it would be cool to catch that. I haven't had the opportunity to catch that first cry of either one of my children, and I think that would be awesome. I think that would be a really cool thing. But yeah, our bags are packed. We're ready to go. Aniyah's bag's packed. She's ready to come home. We'll see what happens. Utah's been weird though. Our weather has been so crazy. And when I say that, I mean it's been so unusually warm for November. We had snowfall, I think about 2 weeks ago, and then it's just been warm, like 70, pushing close to 80 hot. And we might be getting a snowstorm. So that kind of has me nervous, because I wouldn't want my daughter to first contact with the outside is snow hitting her. So of course I got the little cover for her car seat, and I'll have my car be warm and things like that. But just kind of a bummer that might be a thing. I don't know. I hope it's not, but it might. And if it is, then we'll roll with the punches. It is what it is. But yeah, it's kind of crazy right now. So the election, at the time of this recording, we don't know who is the president of the United States yet. We're still waiting on updates on that. But there are protests. There are protests going on right down the street right now. So if I get jumped on my way to a car, I'm gonna be really sad. Nah, it'll be cool. It's just weird because there's people down there that are protesting, which I'm all for a nice civil protest. I'm with it. Protest. Anything and everything. I'm fine with it. Because it's your voice. And I feel like everybody has a voice for a reason. And I feel like if we're not using our voice, if we want to, then we're just holding our own truth back. So salute to the people out there protesting. Salute to the lady with the megaphone saying F Donald Trump, vote Biden 2020, even though you can't vote no more. So I don't know. So that's kind of weird. If you're going to protest, make sure you're saying the right things. That's pretty much it. Just make sure you're saying the right things. I'm not gonna tell you guys who I voted for, just because I think politics should stay between the politicians. And I, for one, am not a politician. I'm not into politics at all. I vote because I feel like it is, I I feel like it's a way for me to hopefully push the nation in a way that can help people and help people that are in similar situations like me. And when I say that, I say that in the sense of the certain plans that politicians have. Not all the time do they carry them out, and I understand that. I understand that the system is going to be whatever the system is, but I don't know. I think voting kind of is my way of putting my mind to rest, right? Because if I didn't vote and I'd been like, man, what is this dude doing? I can't really have my 2 cents because I didn't put an effort in, right? I didn't get out there and vote. Which, when I say get out there and vote, I didn't go to no polls. I did the mail-in ballot. It was easy, quick, but the only thing about the mail-in was that I didn't get a little sticker. And so when I'm seeing everybody post their little stickers, I'm like, damn, I didn't get one. I want a sticker. I want a sticker, man. But it's okay. My vote got counted, which was really cool because you can track it on vote.utah.gov. You can check your ballot, and it will tell you if it was counted or if it was mailed out and things like that. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. Episode 25. I hope everybody is doing well. Should we jump into it? Let's get into it. Here comes the news. All right. So, you know that Donald Trump and Joe Biden has been going at it. Election season is pretty much over, but this final chapter is going to be something else. Donald Trump still fighting. He's still saying he wants all the ballots counted, but then he's saying he doesn't want ballots counted in some other states. It's really bizarre. It's really weird. I've never seen anything like this before. I've lived through George Bush Sr., Clinton, George Bush Jr., Barack Obama, Donald Trump, and potentially Biden. And it is something that I've never seen before. Granted, I really haven't paid attention to politics like I have now. And I don't know if it's because of social media. I don't know if it's because of the candidates, right? Like like Donald Trump and Joe Biden. I don't know if that's the reason why it entices me. I don't know if it's the pressure of my peers, my family. I don't know what it is, or I don't even know if it's because I'm a father now. I don't know, but I definitely find, and not to say I'm not a political guy at all. I'm not the type to follow this stuff to say that I'm up on it or that I'm woke on it, right? But I say enough to say that I do look a little bit into what people's policies are and who they're running with and their behavior as a person, as a human. And this year is just something like I've never seen before. But right now, month to date, Joe Biden is sitting at 264 electoral votes, and Donald Trump sitting at 214. You can see in the middle of the United States is all red, which is meaning that it's a Republican vote. And on the East Coast and on the West Coast, it's very blue. Now, we're still waiting on Nevada to get their votes counted. Georgia and I believe Pennsylvania, is another one that we're waiting on. But CNN said that they thought we would have it by tonight. I don't know if that means by tonight, like late night tonight, Friday. But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Donald Trump is fighting tooth and nail. Is Donald Trump done? I don't know. I feel like with that much stress, with that much people coming at you, I'm not going to say you should just give up, but I'm going to say that it can't be healthy. Like, it can't be a cool thing. I mean, just me, myself, like when I get a bunch of pressure on me, I know I get sick, I get upset, I get anxiety, and I can only imagine being the president of the United States and you have millions of people. You have people having a whole protest against you. That can't be a healthy thing. That can't help your mind. And I don't care how rich you are, which I guess Donald Trump's already in. He's been in financial trouble, but I don't care how rich you are. I don't care how many businesses you have. I don't care how powerful you are. When you have so many people hating you and literally want to hurt you physically, that has to be draining. And you're old. Like, Donald, I have no ill will. I have no ill feelings to you. Good or bad, I have no feelings towards you. But I know that has to be taxing. That has to weigh on you daily, nightly. And you probably have the pressure of your own family, right? A family that might not even love you, but just want to use you to get where they want to go. I mean, they say that Trump Jr. might be running for president. I have no idea. It's really sad. I think that this whole government thing, I think that we should rethink it. I think that a lot of the things that our nation was built on aren't applicable today. And it's not because of it's not just because of race, it's not just because of religion. A lot of it has to do with technology, right? A lot of it has to do with technology. A lot of it has to do with where we are as a world. And when we are the front leader in the way that the world is supposed to move, we're Big Brother. We're the Big Brother country. I think that we should really take a step back, look at it, and redesign it. And I don't know. I don't have the answers. I don't know what that looks like. But even this whole election thing, there was a huge divide. There was a families getting ruined over this thing. And I don't think that's healthy. I don't think that, well, I know that's not healthy. I know that that's not a good thing. One, for our country. Two, for our families. And then three, for just us in general as Americans. Like, we at the end of the day, I seen a meme. Ain't that funny? I see a meme. But I did. I seen a meme that said, you know, at the end of the day, Trump isn't your mechanic. Biden isn't your grocery store employee, right? Biden isn't your mailman. Trump isn't your police officer. You know what I mean? And so on and so forth, right? And it was saying that your neighbors are those people, right? So when you have a divide and that police officer might be a Joe Biden supporter and that grocery employee might be a Trump supporter, it doesn't mean that we're not going to interact together, right? It doesn't mean that we can't move on as a society in a positive way. And so when we have politics that divides us, it's really sad. And I don't know what that means for when my kids become of age to vote and of age to make these kind of decisions for their families, right? Because I don't want this feeling for them. The feeling of, damn, I might have a certain view on this whole political thing, and because of that view, somebody might treat me different, right? Or my own safety might be in jeopardy because of something I say online that might support a certain agenda, such as, where our nation's at right now, right? And so I just think that we need to go back to the drawing board. And when I say we, not these old motherfuckers, like the younger people that are gonna be here, right? We seen it all week long, right? From election day on November 3rd, older folks were telling us, I'm not gonna be here. I probably won't even live through this next presidency. I'm voting for you and your future. And that hits different because it's the truth. And when these things happen, I feel, need to go back and look at it and say, well, who's gonna be here? Who's gonna be here for the next 40 to 50 years? I guarantee you Donald Trump won't. I guarantee you Joe Biden won't. Kamala Harris is younger, but she Like, I feel like we need young blood in there. Like, let's get a president that's, you know, late 40s, you know, maybe late 30s, early 40s, somewhere in there, right? Below 50 years old. And let's see where they are, because somebody that age that has some schooling in them, that has some, not only schooling, but has some life lessons in them, I feel will make better decisions for all people in America, right? Will make decisions for all different types of Americans. Americans that are rich, Americans that are poor, and Americans that are in the middle. Because when you are rich, typically, I mean, these politicians, they're not hurting, right? Joe Biden ain't hurting. Donald Trump for sure ain't hurting. Even though I hear that he's broke, but how do you be broke with Donald Trump's not broke? He has, what do they call it, liquid money? He has money in offshore accounts or something. He's not broke. But yeah, the whole politic thing, I'm so over it, and I just spent hella minutes talking about it, and I didn't want to, but you know, these are thoughts that I have. These are thoughts that I know others share, and I feel like once we're able to move past the politics and get back to the people, that's when we can have a nation that is the big brother, big sister, right? That is the one that is for all. And yeah, hopefully that happens. I don't know if that will or when that will, but hopefully it does. I seen today, God rest his soul, Chicago rapper King Von passed away. He was actually murdered. He was shot in Atlanta, and it's sad because I was just getting up on King Von. Like I knew about King Von a little bit, you know, being from O Block and things like that, but I really didn't dive into his music, right? It's kind of like the Baby, right? So like the Baby had a buzz once he got into that altercation at Walmart, and I knew a little bit about him being from Charlotte and things like that, but it wasn't until like he got that hit that I actually like started to really follow him and whatnot. And that was kind of like the King Von situation, where he just released an album last Friday, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad album. And I seen him and Funk Flex on the gram, and you know, the Bodega Boys talking about him and whatnot. So I was really getting like, who is this guy? Like, I was getting into him, and you know, it's cliche, but you know, once somebody passes, that's when a lot of people jump on them. And you know, I'm a statistic when it comes to that, because when I heard the news today, it made me want to go back and listen to his music even more. Like, he has a video about to drop. Like, you know, that's one thing, is that when these young artists, they go, that's when they really take off, and it's sad. And I'm sorry to hear that King Von didn't pull through from his injuries. He's only 26. He's young man, 26. I had my first son at 23, 25. I believe I was 25. No. Yeah, I was 24, 25 when I had my first son. So, you know, rest in peace, King Von. Rest in peace to Pop Smoke. We lost Pop earlier this year as well. I believe it was this year. Yeah, it was this year. That sucked as well. Enough senseless violence. Like, I see certain things going on in our own city. For my people that aren't a local here in Utah, there's a lot of violence going on in our city that I feel could be prevented by just conversations, by conversating with somebody about a misunderstanding that you might have. Not losing your mind over something so small. Because when things like this happens, when somebody's gone, they're gone, and we don't get them. We don't have them here no more. You know what I mean? Like, his family has to plan a funeral. You know, that's really sad. And I don't know the ins and outs behind why the incident happened and stuff like that. But what I do know is that a lot of senseless violence. I was stupid at one time too, where I would get upset about minuscule things. And now that I'm a father, now that I don't want to say that I have something to live for, because from the day you're born, you have something to live for. But I really have something to live for, right? I have, my girl Tressa, my kids, my family. I feel like I'm here for a reason, which is to serve, right? Serve others. And to throw all that away over a stupid mistake, that's something I feel like we need to remind ourselves and remind our folks about, because it can go bad so quick. It can go so bad so quick off of one decision. So just keep that in mind. And if you see a friend that is being reckless, whether if it's online, maybe in their own family, maybe in their own relationship, check them on it. And don't, when I say check them on it, don't be like, yo, what you doing, blah, blah, blah. But check them on it and being like, yo, like, are you okay, right? Are you okay? Is there anything that I can do? Can I take something off your plate, right? That will go a long way in somebody's mental health. Somebody that might feel like, you know what, F it, I don't got nothing to lose. If you can really open their eyes and show them that, look, you got the world to lose. You got the world to lose, right? It might change what their next steps are, which could really save not only their life, but it can save the next person's life as well. The things that we do, the things that we do affect others in so many different ways. And I really didn't notice that until I started podcasting. Now that I think about it, like, podcasting was the way that I can get my thoughts out and things like that. And I feel like once I started doing that, I was able to be of service to people a lot more. And that's a really beautiful thing, and I love it. Okay, rest in peace, King Von. Let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, so earlier on Thursday, earlier, what was that? Yesterday. Today's Friday. 9 people were injured because a man drove right into a COVID-19 testing site, and I was kind of nervous about it. I was like, yo, like, no. We have the election going on. Is this one of those things where the people are going crazy? But the report is that this person had a medical emergency happen right before the crash happened. They were heading to the University of Utah Medical Center, and they had a medical emergency happen right then. I don't know if it was a stroke. I don't know what it was, but they lost control of their truck and took out a COVID-19 testing site where 9 people were injured. I did not see anyone that was, I guess it would be a serious injury, but nothing to where people lost their life. Not to downplay their injuries, but it doesn't sound like anyone was injured to the fact of death, right? I don't know why that was so hard to get out. But yeah, be careful. That was a good reminder to just be careful. Medical emergencies, medical issues can happen anytime, any second, any day. And so just watch out for your fellow Utahn, your fellow man, woman. That's why I close out my show every day on U92, 3 to 7, by the way, in the afternoons. 92.5. Get the U92 app if you haven't. That's why I close out my show with Utah, please take care of each other, because that's real. It doesn't take much to just be observant of of where you are, right? Junior Hammond, he does a podcast called The 27th Hour, and he just had a guest on who is a police officer, and the police officer was telling me about how when he was at the aquarium with his kids, how he noticed that there was a guy in the corner taking pictures of the kids on the playground. And so he was like, you know what? I waited because he was like, there was kids there. He was an older guy. Maybe one of his grandkids were there on the playground and stuff. I didn't want to cast judgment. And he said, I was waiting there because my kids were still playing, and I watched as kids cycled out. And he was like, I noticed that, all right, every kid has cycled out of the play area, and he's still there. So he went over to him and made him feel really uncomfortable, just standing there being observant, stood there, and the guy asked him, what are you doing? And the police officer was like, yeah, what are you doing? I want you to put your phone away. And where are your kids? He was like, he got scared. And he was like, my grandkids are over there. And he pointed like far in the distance. He was like, yeah, I think you should go over there by your grandkids. And so that's why when I say take care of each other, that's part of that. And that's the downstream effect of what he did might have saved one of our children. What he did may have saved somebody else's kids from being abducted and being one of those hashtags, save the children, right? Because of that, he's a prime example of we need to take care of each other. And I don't care about the mind your business thing. Yeah, mind your business, but also be observant, because if he didn't do that and one of those kids came up missing, or worse, I shouldn't say worse, but he could have touched one of those kids. If you see it when the kids start touched and they're molested like that, it ruins their life. They can't trust. They act out. They get on drugs, and it's a trickle effect. And so if we could prevent it, even if I don't know that kid, if I could prevent a kid from being abducted, I will. I would lay my life on the line for somebody else's kids, because I would want the same thing done back for mine. I talk about one of my best friends, Rosie Tapia, God rest her soul, that was abducted at a young age. We were 5-6 years old. One of my best friends growing up. And if that was me, this would be her telling you guys right now about me, right? But that's my point, is that the feeling that her parents had, the feeling that my parents had when she got abducted and murdered, the feeling that I had, I would not wish that on anyone. Like, that shit that's still with me. It's with me in paranoia about my own kids. It's with me on a level of, there's only so much that a parent can do. We can't be next to our kids 24/7, right? We can't protect our kids at all times. So we have to give up a little bit of faith in our fellow women and men that are in our community, that if they see something, they'll say something, they'll do something. If I see a kid looking uncomfortable and looking like they're trying to get away from somebody, I gotta say something. I gotta intervene in some way, shape, or form. Like, hey, how you guys doing? Oh yeah, is this your mom? If the kid says, no, this isn't my mom, that prompts me to say, yo, well then who are you? Because if you're not that kid's mom, then, and this kid's trying to pull away from you, we need to talk a little bit more until I feel comfortable, right? And I'd rather that have an altercation, have a bunch of names thrown at me, than to see that kid have an issue where they are maybe taken or something like that. That's not what I want at all. I would never want that. I would never wish that on anyone. And so yeah, long story long, just look out for each other, please, because that's what we need. Every community, not just my community, every community. All right, thank you. The guy just came and took the trash out from the studio. What else in news? Beyonce, in lighter news. Beyonce just released a sneak peek to her Ivy Park Adidas collaboration. And ladies, these sneakers are fire. Like, she has a Super 72 black Adidas Ivy Park sneaker that is dropping. It's $100, and I think I'm gonna get my lady a pair just because they're clean. They're super clean. I can't wait. I'm acting like I'm gonna wear them, and I ain't gonna lie. If she had a size 13, I might have to throw these on. And fellas, you can judge me if you want, but they're clean. I like them a lot. So salute to Beyonce for moving the culture forward and being great. I love Beyonce. Speaking of Beyonce, her husband, the homie Jay-Z, the American Gangster album dropped 13 years ago? 13 years ago today, November 6, 2007. And why this was a big deal to me as I wear my New York fitted. Why this was a big deal for me is because this was my senior year in high school. And this song, or not this song, but this album was, it's not the best Jay-Z album, but what was it, Blue Magic? We played throughout the halls of Cottonwood. There was I don't know, the feeling of seeing American Gangster come out, the movie come out. It was a dope time, and to know that 13 years ago today that soundtrack to American Gangster dropped, it was kind of like, oh damn, and it brought back memories about high school and me feeling old and nostalgic because damn, I've been out of high school 13 years. And looking back 13 years ago, I was literally interning at KRCL 90.9 FM, and that was for the Fallout show with Knuckles and Pierre and Adam, and Lamb was over there at that time and stuff. And it was this, it brought back a lot of memories, and it's just ironic that 13 years later, now I'm in Broadway Media Studios. I'm in U92, and I'm promoting my show 3 to 7 Monday through Friday. Make sure you check it out because I need the ratings, and if you don't rate me, then you won't see me here longer than what I am already. But yeah, it's just kind of like, holy smokes, like determination, consistency, being positive, being honest, all of that in those 13 years. Looking back, it's a part in my life where I can step back and be like, Dre, you accomplished that, and that's cool. And I'm not, and I say that the most humblest way. I never talk about myself. Friends of mine, when you guys big me up, I downplay it so much just because, I'm not that guy. I'm not the look at me guy. As much as I promote my show and stuff like that, I'm not the guy that wants all the attention. And so just looking back on those 13 years, it's really dope. And I can only imagine what's gonna happen in the next 13 years, and see where life is from there. 13 years from now, my daughter's gonna be 13 years old. My oldest son will be out of the house. My youngest son is gonna be 15. Man, a lot. It's cool though. Yeah, so I've been listening to American Gangster all day, along with King Von as well. So, Mother of the Year has to go to alleged murderer YNW Melly, whose mom threw him a birthday party outside of a Florida jail. She hired strippers and everything. Now, YNW Melly's birthday is actually in, I believe it's in May, but she's saying that his alter ego's birthday was November. So she hired dancers. She got dancers to go outside the jail. She placed them where he can see out through the window, and they had the whole strip club outside the jail. Now, if I'm locked up, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, because one, you ain't getting no play. You can't throw no cash. All you seeing is a little bit of ass. That's it. And two, it's like, all right, now you seen the ass. You got thoughts in your head. Are you going to do the deed by yourself with your cellie below you? Is that even a big thing in jail? Like, do folks even trip out about that anymore, or have they ever? Like, what? I don't know. I don't know if my pops was like, yo, I want to get you something for your birthday, and I'm locked up. Yo, put some money on my commissary. Let me get some oodles and noodles. Like, I need that and some Tabasco sauce or something. Like, I don't need sugar and cinnamon to come and shake their ass for the outside guards who probably got the play. Or maybe that might be the play. Yo, mom, bring the strippers. go get them on the COs so that the COs are cool with me. That might be the play. I don't know if mom meant to do that or what, but yeah, she made that happen. Let's see what else. Oh man, this is sad. Al Roker, long time Good Morning America weatherman Al Roker, not Good Morning America, Today Show, that's what it was. Told the audience, told America that he was diagnosed with prostate cancer at 66 years old. This is sad. This is kind of one of those things where, it's like, damn, are you gonna make it? 66 years old, are you gonna make it? Al Roker, you grew up with Al Roker. If you're my age, you grew up with Al Roker. And you know what? Bang just came here. Let's see if Bang can come here real quick. I don't know if he'll come. Oh, okay. He's telling me one moment. But yeah, it's one of those things. Bang, you know Al Roker, right? You grew up with Al Roker. He just got diagnosed with prostate cancer. 66 years old. How do you feel about that, man? Like, sucks, right? It's not COVID. It's not COVID. Go get your prostate checked. Okay? Do me that favor.
You do the same.
Yeah. And thank you for letting me use your light.
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't let you, but all right.
Yeah, I mean, that's why it's there. That's why it's there, right?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Thank you, Bang. Yeah, so it's like, dang, Al Roker, 66 years old, prostate cancer, and his message was definitely to go get your prostate checked. So I'm relaying that message to you. I told my dad to get his prostate checked. I always tell him that. He's over 50 years old. They suggest that 50 years old. I'm actually gonna talk to my own doctor about it because it's a silent killer because we don't think about it. So yeah, I think it's a good time, man. I gotta go home. I gotta pack up the rest of my stuff, get my toothbrush ready. Aniyah will be here in the morning. And any positive vibes you can send my way, please send them because, man, this is going to be a long journey. My third and final kid. I can't wait. Please make sure you tap in with me on U92 Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. Even if you're just checking in for a hot minute, give me a phone call saying, yo, Dre, you're doing a good job, or Dre, you suck. Just hit me up and tune in. And, man, I appreciate y'all. Y'all have the day you deserve. Peace.